today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the 2023 AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. It's the home team taking on the visiting team.
PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is always exciting to see the very best the NFL has to offer all in one place. And we have that here this afternoon as we welcome you to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the...
Well, get ready to settle in for an entertaining 4 quarters. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway from Las Vegas. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. They are led out by the final quarterback selected in the 2019 draft, the former Nittany Lion. It's Trace McSorley.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Off of play action, it's McSorley. Caught, Kelsey, left side. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Chubb will get the call running left. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A give. This is Chubb. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Handoff comes to Chubb. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They go with Chubb on second down. Fights loose. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 61 yards rushing for him already. Not bad for the first drive of the Pro Bowl. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Throwing is Mcsorley. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. A run for Nick Chubb. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the AFC takes it all the way down the field to score on their opening drive. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack. And he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
They'll run here with the Saints' Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Able to push his way through. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Breaks a tackle. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got this down to the 35.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now Lutz for the field goal try. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Throwing again on second down. Mcsorley. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's Mcsorley. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. It'll be Mcsorley again. The open man here, Renfro. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A give running right is Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mcsorley sets to pass. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw now on the final play. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the NFC to possess it first as we are back and underway for the third quarter. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Touchdown! DK Metcalf from 17 yards out. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Third down, they're going to throw for it with Mcsorley. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now Mcsorley. And this is going to be incomplete. The AFC punt team out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 3. He'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And touchdown! A big play there. 56 yards. And the NFC has taken the lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The AFC about ready to take over on offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mcsorley to throw. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
And the NFC punt team out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The AFC set to take over on offense. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Here's Mcsorley on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's Kelsey on the grab. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Mcsorley once more looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Fuller.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. They're going to look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mcsorley. He's got Fuller. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And out of bounds right around the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mcsorley. He gets it to Cooks. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Kamara. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They run. It's Kamara. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I I think the AFC came up with that. They did. AFC football.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Pass complete to Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The NFC, they are your winners as we say so long from the Pro Bowl.